Hello and welcome to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to be discussing rebates. I have been submitting rebates for many years, and almost all of them I've gotten. I think there was just one that I never heard from them again. I never got the rebate, and when I tried to look into it, I got no answer. So that one I lost out on. Other than that, I'm pretty sure I've gotten all the rebates over 20 plus years. So that's a good thing. However, what I wanted to bring to your attention today is Gamdias. This is a company, first time I've ever done a rebate with them. This is a company, I've come to find out, that is, in my opinion, looking for reasons to deny your rebate so that they can keep the extra money. And that doesn't sit well with me. So I wanted to do a bit of a Consumer Reports report just to make you aware about this company, and so that you can be very careful. If you're going to buy a product from them that has a rebate, I want you to be aware of the caveats. So first of all, the rebate submission period is very short with this company. I think companies generally give you about 2 weeks from the invoice date to the date that the submission is postmarked, but this company only gives you 10 days. So keep that in mind, because when you're buying online, you have the travel time from the moment you purchase the product, which is the invoice date, until the product actually arrives at your home. And so that's going to shorten the period you have. So in my case, I had 10 days from the invoice date, but this product may have taken 3 to 4 to even 5 days to get to me. I think in my case, let's say it took 4 days to arrive. Now I only have 6 days in which to fill out the rebate submission, make sure everything's correct, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, take it to the post office and get it postmarked. So that's not a lot of time in today's day and age, when people are busy and life just seems to get in the way. So that's the first thing I want to bring to your attention. Secondly, this particular company asks you to send in the serial number cut from the box. Now, what happened in my case is that having submitted rebates for over 20 years, I have never, that I can recall, I have never been asked to submit the serial number. Now, I think in some cases, when you cut off the UPC from the box, I believe some of the products actually have the serial number as part of the UPC. But I can't remember ever being asked to include the serial number or to cut it off the box. Now, I submitted the rebate. I waited 5 months. Oh, that's another thing I wanted you to know about too, is the rebate wait period from this company is 14 to 16 weeks, which is a long time. And I think this is changing in recent times, but I believe, generally speaking, companies expect you to wait 12 weeks, so 3 months, but this company expects you to wait up to 4 months. So that's a little bit annoying, more than a little bit. So I also want you to know that as well. So getting back to the story, this company requires you to send in the serial number from the box. And when I submit a rebate, there's always a list of things that you need to do. And I always go through them over and over to make sure that I get everything right so that my rebate is not denied. And in this particular case, I check off, well, in every case, I check off each item. Okay, I did that, I did that, I did that, I cut the UPC off, I stapled it to the submission form and blah, blah, blah. And I make sure that the address on the envelope, I double check that or triple check that to make sure that's right, and I get it sent off. So I waited 5 months and I thought it's time, it's long past time. And I sent an email to Gamdias, gamdiasmir@gmail.com, in case you're waiting for a rebate yourself. And I said, hey, it's been 5 months, where's my rebate? And a few days went by and I didn't hear from them. So I contacted Newegg and I said, the company that I bought the product off, and I said, this is a situation, I've waited too long, the company's not answering, and I'd like to talk to a manager. So we did some back and forth. I did get to talk to a manager. I had to submit all my rebate forms so that they could take a look at them and see what happened. Well, in the meantime, I actually got a reply from Gamdias finally. Like, I think it took 3 or 4 days. I wasn't expecting to hear from them at all, but lo and behold, during the process with Newegg, I actually got an answer from them, and they said, no way. They said I did not submit the serial number from the box, and due to international rebate rules or some ridiculous, it was this blurb that they put on there that was obviously canned. It was just they just copied and pasted this blurb saying, according to international rules or whatever, we've denied your rebate because you didn't follow the rules. Well, I was furious, and I wrote back to them and I said as much. I said, I have been submitting rebates for over 20 years and I have never been asked for the serial number before. I said, this is an outrage, and I believe this is a ploy by Gamdias to make the rebate process prone to failure so that you can deny the rebate. And I said, I will never buy another product from you. And then the process with Newegg continued. I was speaking with a manager or somebody. I asked to be escalated to a manager to discuss this process because I was so upset about it. And this Jessica person was fantastic. And, I got mad and I said, this is not right, and you guys need to do something about this. You guys need to talk to Gamdias or at least try and make the consumer aware that this particular company has extra requirements versus all the other companies. And she said, yes, I understand, and I'm sorry about that. And she offered to give me a $30 store credit. So I was pretty happy about that. In fact, I was very happy about that. And I got the credit from her, and the next day I get another reply from Gamdias, the rebate center, and they said that the person that had answered me the first time had taken my rebate situation to their manager, and they had made a special consideration in my case, and they're going to send me the rebate after all. I couldn't believe it. So here we are. I went through this huge process with Newegg. They were kind enough to give me a $30 credit to cover the rebate that I wasn't going to get, that I was denied from Gamdias. And then Gamdias comes through, changes their mind and comes through and says, okay, we're going to give you the rebate. So I guess in the end, I guess my comment stating that I would never buy their product again must have been significant enough to motivate them to honor my rebate after all. So the moral of the story here is, even though I have been doing this for many, many years, submitting rebates for many, many years, and even though I always check, double check, and triple check my rebate submissions, and I read and reread the requirements, even though I always do all those things, I still got caught with this rebate. Because what it says, I'll read it from the box. It says, cut out original model name, serial number, and UPC/EAN barcode label from retail color box and mail with confirmation page and a photocopy of the original invoice to the following address. Now, when I read that, I know I saw a serial number on there, but I was like, well, I don't understand. Why would you want the serial number? I didn't even know what that meant. I mean, I know what a serial number is, but I don't know why it was on there. I didn't understand why it was on there. So what I did was I assumed that by serial number, they meant the EAN, the EAN barcode. So I was like, okay, good. And the model name's on there, so that's good. The model name is part of the UPC, so that's good. So everything should be cool. Well, it turns out that when they said serial number, what they meant is, if you look at the bottom of the box, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's another barcode, and it says SN, and then here's the barcode with the actual serial number, and they want you to cut that off and submit that as well. So I just wanted to make this video to make you aware that if you're going to do a rebate from this company or any company, read the instructions thoroughly over and over and over. And if there's something that you don't understand or that doesn't make sense to you, then I don't know what to tell you. But I can tell you that I am now very well aware, especially from this company, but in the future I will always look for this. I'm very well aware that if they ask for the serial number, that means you have to cut that off the box as well. And I believe in the past, the hundreds of rebates I've done, or dozens of rebates that I've done, I believe that sometimes the serial number is part of the UPC barcode area. So it might have the model name, and then the EAN number barcode, and then the UPC barcode, and then I think sometimes the serial number is part of that whole block. So just please be aware that this is a problem, because they will use it as an excuse to deny you. If you're going to do a rebate from Gamdias, please submit it quickly and make sure that if they ask for the serial number, cut it off the box. Okay? So I think that'll do it for this video. I really appreciate your views, and I hope that the information that I've provided here today is helpful. So take care, and thank you for watching.